what's next for the campaign? So you're fighting this fight to get in, and I mean, I don't know if we should do hashtag Let Lessig in.
Well, it's a big hashtag Let Lessig debate. That's
I mean, at a minimum, hashtag Let Lessig debate, right? But what beyond that?
Well, the big question now is whether we can get in the second debate. And that's the big fight we're having right now. And that's all I want. And that's what I want the chance to do, to be able to present this in the Democratic Party, because I think if it's presented, there's a real chance it moves the election. This principle becomes central. A lot of people are saying, look, if they don't let you run as a Democrat, run as an independent. And in one sense, this is the last thing I want to do. But there's another part of me that says, well, geez, it turns out there's a second thing Donald Trump said, which I think is right. Donald Trump on the one hand said, money is corrupting the system. He was right about that. The other thing he said was, if the Republicans won't treat me fairly, then why should I stick with the Republican Party? Well, okay, I think they've treated Donald Trump fairly. I think that guy's gotten enough coverage. We spent 8 weeks liming the depths of Donald Trump's brain. And as a teacher, let me tell you, it doesn't take 8 weeks to understand the depths of Donald Trump's brain. So he's gotten fair treatment. But the question is, if they don't allow an outsider in the Democratic Party to stand on that stage fairly, if they have an unfair system to make that happen, then what people are saying, I think, has some argument, there's some pressure behind it. I don't want to be there, because I think this is the sort of issue that ought to be raised and argued for in a Democratic primary, and that's what I'm fighting for right now.
And Green Party and other independents have said for years and years, decades, hey, the Democratic Party is part of the establishment, right? God. And so you're never going to get anywhere within the Democratic Party. Again, you appear to be a litmus test. Are they going to treat you with even the modicum of fairness? And if they don't, then they have announced, okay, we are the Democratic Party. We are the establishment. There will be no alternative voices, and we're done with that, okay? Yeah. You can argue to try to change things policy-wise, because we know you can't anyway. Good luck with that, right? But you cannot argue to change the system, because the Democratic Party is the system, yeah. Right? So we'll see. If they let you in the debates, maybe all those guys were mistaken and the Democratic Party is open to other voices. If they don't, then they made it incredibly clear.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's the reality. The biggest party in America is none of the above. The Democratic Party and the Republican Party both are minorities. A higher percentage of Americans associate as independent than either of these two. But we have a political system that basically says, if you want to run it as an independent, good luck. Good luck with that. Because you can't even get on the ballots. You got to spend millions of dollars to qualify to get onto the ballots. And so the idea that we have this system where the minority parties actually decide who's going to be the president, like they give us the choice: do you support Lenin or Trotsky? And so people, those of us who don't like either of them, still have to choose between Lenin and Trotsky, right? They give us that system. The idea that that's acceptable is really quite outrageous. So I, believe in the values of the Democratic Party. I don't believe in the system that blocks the opportunity for independents to participate just as openly and vigorously.